Hello there, future coders. Welcome back to Ditto Labs. I'm Aadit, and in today's video, we're going to be diving deeper into the world of programming by exploring variables and data types in Python. If you're new here, make sure to check out the first video where we covered the basics and installed Python. Ready? Let's get started. So let's go see. So what is a variable? In programming, a variable is like a container that holds data. You can think of it like a box where you can store different items. The items inside the box can change, just like the values stored inside a variable can change. So let's go see how this works in Python. Here I have ditto.py that I made in the last video, and we're going to use this to describe. We're going to use this to describe Python to variables to you. So first, we're going to create a variable called x equals 5. Now, simple, right? This is how you can make any variable. Now, we've assigned the value of 5 to x now. And Python now knows that x represents 5. So if you printed this, as I've covered before, print just shows the user what's going on. Print x, what happens? Boom, 5. 5 is now the new thing. Simple, right? Now let's talk about data types. In Python, data can come in different types, like numbers, text, and more. The most common data types you'll encounter are integers, floats, strings, and booleans. An integer is a whole number, like 5 or -3. A float is a number with a decimal point, like 3.14 or -0.5. A string is a sequence of characters, like hello world, like we wrote in the last video. And a boolean represents a value that's either true or false. So let's look at some examples. Here we have an integer. Let's say we have an integer called a. A equals 10. So this is an integer because it has no decimal. Then we have b. B equals 3.14, the beginning of pi. So this is a float because it has a decimal. And then we have c equals hello world. And then we have d. D is going to be a boolean. So d is going to be equal to true. Now, if we print these variables, we'll see. So we're going to print a, print b, print c, and print d. So if we print all this, we should get 10, 3.14, hello world, and true. Do you think that's going to happen? Of course it is. Now, great. So now that you've seen how to create variables and use different data types in Python, but what makes programming powerful is the ability to manipulate these variables and perform operations on them. For instance, you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers. You can also concatenate strings, which means joining them together. So let's see a couple examples, okay? All right, so let's keep these variables, right? So let's say we have a new variable called sum. So sum equals a plus b. Then we have product. Oh. Product is equal to a times b. And let's say greeting. Greeting equals c plus welcome to Python. And you know what? We're good. So now if we print all these results, so let's print sum, print product, and let's print greeting. We should get, actually, let's see if you guys can guess what we'll get. All right, I'll pause the video if you need to. And now we'll start. Ready? So what we'll get is 13.14, 31.4. Now this area here, it's a really complex thing called float point. It's complicated, and sometimes the computer just puts a 2 here, but the actual answer is 31.4. And it now says, hello world, welcome to Python. So you see how easy it is to work with variables and data types in Python? As you continue learning, you'll discover more ways to manipulate and use data in your programs. That's all for today's video. The next video will explore control structures, like loops and conditional statements, allowing you to create more complex and dynamic programs that can actually do stuff. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and happy coding.